Well, hello and welcome to Theater Appreciation for the spring of 2024. It's January, it's a little bit chilly out. I hope you're ready to go. This little video is just to kind of walk you through the course. Even if you've taken an online course before, there might be some things about it that are different. Point out some really important things to being successful in this class. It's one of your fine arts electives. And let me just say, especially as the department chair for humanities and fine arts, our classes aren't just about being more culturally educated or checking I hope it's more than a checklist on your degree plan. And you may wonder why it's there when you are in pre-nursing or business or psychology or even welding or some of these other career tech courses. While there is some benefit to knowing about the world outside of our specific occupation, our fine arts and humanities electives also help us to develop some skills that go beyond a specific job or career. Um, Therefore, helping you it's part of a liberal arts education, which is to build the skills that you need to not only do the specific job skills, which are going to change, right, but to be at those higher levels of a career, not just a job, but a career, to have critical thinking skills, to stimulate your creativity, to practice good communication, even in an online class. That's listening and responding and replying and posting, uh, and collaboration, which we do kind of through our discussion boards. We want you to have those interactions. Those are developing the skills you need to have a long and successful career, no matter what occupation that you end up in. So I hope that you will take it with that in mind and enjoy the process, enjoy being able to watch some plays. A theater appreciation class involves some study from a book, but it also involves watching specific assigned videos of play performances. And so ChatGPT isn't going to really help you here, just saying, because they haven't watched. ChatGPT is AI and it has not watched the video performances in here. It can gather internet information about the scripts, the written part, but not about the performances. So you really do need to plan time for that. We alternate between a week of chapter study for information and then a week of on a play study. Let's take a look. But I just want to say, if you were music appreciation, you need to listen to music. If you were in art appreciation, you'd be looking at art. Here we're going to be viewing and taking in theater performances. We do use a Cengage text, and if you haven't already gotten a Cengage subscription, you need to prioritize that. Your midterm, your quizzes, your midterm, and your final exam are open book. It's like as long as you can keep up with that and engage in, here, there's no reason anybody should fail this class. But if you fail to get the book, it's not gonna be impossible if you don't have it the first week or two. I have some tools for you, but it's just harder without it. Okay. All right, the attendance policy and welcome letter, I'm not going to read through everything. I just want to highlight some things. So the first week you have to be in two places. One is the start here, and you have little tools that help you, see what you need to do. You're viewing the course navigation video. Yay. Let's take a quick look here. I want to highlight a couple things in the syllabus, but if you have done your Blackboard orientation, you just have to submit your certificate here. Even if you did it last spring or if you did it in the fall. If you're new, then make sure you click here to get the steps on how that's possible. Let me know right away if you're not seeing the orientation in your Blackboard menu outside of this course when you log in. All right, syllabus. And so here it is. You can download it, but you can just click the little arrows. It has really important information. And it's my location. I'm not always in this office space right now because I'm on both campuses, but that's why email is the preferred method of contact, because I get that notification on my phone regardless of where I am. Okay. Uh, Checking your Lawson State email is critical to success. If you've been in online before and maybe you struggled, I'm glad you're trying it again, but some of the struggles might be because of some things that maybe you overlooked or didn't realize how important they were. And that are here. And one of them is checking your Lawson State. It says daily, like every day, like that's part of your job as a student. I put do not use messages. I can say you can, I haven't updated that change, but it's not as good of a good method. I come in, I have to go into Blackboard, I have to go to the course, and I have to open up. Whereas an email, it sends a notification to my phone, and I can get to this pretty quick. I stay with my email open when I'm at my desk in my office, but I can't sit with messages open, so I don't get them as quickly, even though I do try to check. I'm on campus during these times, but I'm not in my office all the time. But if you email me, you can get me, okay? All right, I have some course descriptions and some objectives in here that come from, the state for the student college transfer. I've already talked about the Cengage book. Let's see what else. Having a reliable computer, reliable internet is key to success in an online course. They have some things that if this is not the case, then this is probably not going to be successful here. Students have tried using work computers. That can get you so far, and then when it's really critical, it may not because of certain things that we need for proctoring. If you can only get on campus, they may not necessarily allow you to put all the downloads you need. Reliable internet, using iPads or Google Chromebooks. Sometimes those have limited capabilities. If you've used one successfully last semester, then maybe there's some updates. But if you had trouble, that might be why. You can do some work on an iPhone, but it's going to be really hard to be successful. Only use an iPhone, and boils down to having administrative privileges on your PC. Okay, let's see. You need to have some basic computer skills. You need to know how to do Microsoft Word and take a Google document and turn it into a Microsoft Word document or a PDF. You need to know that as an online student, it's on you to log in and view the materials and read them, the directions, and to follow them. There's nobody standing over you or looking at you. There's some of those outcomes we talked about for this course, and it focuses on theater as art. You'll see how this lines up with our chapters, um, and how we want you to engage in a live or virtual recorded fine arts experience. But hey, just because you're an online student does not mean you are limited there. There are local theater performances in your town, in your area, throughout the spring. Theater is alive and well here in Birmingham and many of the surrounding cities, Pell City, Gadsden. I mean, I don't know where you are right now, but there's probably theater happening in a town near you, okay? We do a wide variety. We start with trifles, a short play. Then we move chronologically, Oedipus the King, or Ancient Greece, one of the most well-known plays ever. We do a mini study, not a full study, of Hamlet, focusing on the famous to be or not to be soliloquies. Our more lengthy study is a turn of the century play called A Doll's House. And you may have studied that as a piece of literature, but we are looking at it as a play performance. And then we finish up with the late 20th century playwright August Wilson and his play Fences. Okay. All right, how is your grade broken down? This is really important. Students seem to not fully understand that sometimes. They just pick and choose. 30% of your grade are the exams that have to be proctored, okay? 30%. But if that's all you do, you can't pass the class with 30%. Now you can pass with 60. See our breakdown of 65. It's not our goal, but you can pass. The other percentage is in here. Where's the other? That's only 90. So, it's the final. Oh, there it is. Dropped right down here. The play project is the final project. That's the other 10%. So, quizzes are a portion, assignments, discussions. If you only do quizzes, that's still not 60%. That might be 20 or 25. Okay. Or if you skip discussions, you're skipping half of that 60%. And so it's still going to be very hard to pass. All right, let's see what else is key. What's expected for discussions. And there will be, discussion is post and reply. Okay. Engaging throughout the week, not just at the end. Oh, I think I missed something where it says you got to have a backup plan. That's what I else I wanted to mention to you? Well, I thought I saw it in these, but you know, if you've got to have access to computer and internet, and just because there's an issue doesn't mean you're excused. We all have those. You need to have a backup plan. No, I'm not seeing where that is, that wording. I know it's in here. Turnaround time, well, okay. Don't expect a grade on something when it's still out there available. Not in this class, it's not needed to move on in the chapters. So once they're done, then I get started that week. I may or may not get finished. I try to get finished that week after that they were due. Completing your work is how you participate. Let's see. Late work is discretion of the instructor. That's me. If you already know ahead of time you've got something like military duty, jury duty, or scheduled medical procedures, you're supposed to contact me ahead of time with that documentation. If you find yourself that something happened unexpectedly, extraordinary, emergency, when you are able, you need to notify me as soon as possible and provide as much documentation as is available and reasonable, and then I can determine, whether or not that constitutes an excuse and no penalty. But I do take late work for some credit, but not full credit. Okay, unless you have those excuses, that documentation. Okay, we'll work with you, but we got to have real stuff to work with that you can prove. Let's talk about plagiarism and AI. Here's my AI policy. If your work is flagged by an AI detector, your submission will be given a 1 and not accepted. I'll put a note in there. You may request a conference to discuss the assignment and possible options. Okay. The AI detectors are getting better. I will tell you, ChatGPT didn't watch the videos, so there's that. But when you use them to create your answers for you, and it's not your original ideas and work and writing, then it's considered plagiarism. There are uses of AI that are good tools out in the industry, but this is not what we're talking about, okay? This is about you're supposed to be learning and developing your own skills. And no shortcuts, it's just cheating. Okay, let's see, technical issues. Maybe this is where I saw it. You need to have a backup plan. Whose computer can you borrow if yours goes on the fritz, right? Where can you go to get internet if yours goes down? Well, did you know that you can go in the lobby of many fast foods, McDonald's, Starbucks, go to your local public library and use free Wi-Fi? You could drive on campus and sit in your car or go in the library or something like that. You need to have a backup plan that works for you in case you have an issue, okay? The other thing that works best is to work ahead, okay? Because it gives time for that technical difficulty to be worked out. When you wait to the last minute, you've had all week, and you're the only person with the problem, then that tells us something, right? This is something that you waited to do, and then there was an issue, and you can get it when you get it fixed, you can turn in your work, but that doesn't mean it's going to be accepted for full credit because it's late. Okay, we'll be reasonable. There's policies about Title IX protection for pregnancy and other related conditions, other accommodations, how you request an accommodation, Title IX, ADA, and so forth. Okay. All right, I didn't want to read all that to you, but there's some key things in there. And let me just preview a couple more things. Your instruction takes place here in these weekly folders. The activity stream is meant to alert you to, hey, the fact that you have an upcoming assignment. Some of these, like this one for your introductions, you don't need any instruction for that. Just read carefully. But most of the others are going to require reading the chapter, looking at the videos that are assigned, or watching the play. So we start with a chapter. There's the link directly to it. There's a quiz over what we're going over. And I always have these other instructional materials that can help you with your note taking. Um, they will have some videos that illuminate things that are actually in the chapter. Okay, you could probably pass the quiz with going, and here's my lecture notes. If you listen to them, you'll get most everything. The PowerPoint, it's just that. It's a PowerPoint. It doesn't have every detail of everything. You could probably get through a passing grade on quizzes, but you're going to not be able to make as good a grade as you'd hope, and then you wouldn't have these available to you during the exams. So unless you're really good at memorizing things and all that, then you really do need the book. Let me preview. Let's see. Just we have another chapter. Now I have little preview videos to go over that week's work. Okay. Those are really important. Try to keep them short so that anytime where I feel like there needs extra explanation, if you feel a little lost after reading through all this, I would suggest, and make sure you have, read and viewed things carefully, that you reach out to your classmates, okay? And I might even answer the question there, but that way other people can see the answer that I posted. Okay, well, that's all I wanted to cover. It's a lot, but I really want to lay the foundation for your success, let you kind of highlight some things that I've seen over time that help students be successful, or that watch out for where they might not be successful if they don't, know these things or do these things. I hope you enjoy the class. I look forward to getting to know you primarily through the discussion boards. I interact with the course each week, usually a couple of times, send out weekly announcements once or twice a week. So I look forward to getting to know you there. If you see me on campus somewhere, say hello, tell me that you're in my theater appreciation class, and we'll look for those opportunities to get you out to see a live, local theater here for your final project. Yes, you'll hear more about that later.